Fear and loathing. Welcome to BnL's Chug, a lightning fast recap of beer news that may or may not have pissed you off last week. We go back through it all over again to get you good and pissed off so you can get over it and move on to the new shit that's going to piss you off this week. I'm Samuel Sly. Here come your headlines. 45,000 Budweisers get transported 120 miles via Uber's first driverless vehicle. Now, apparently there was someone sitting to oversee the entire journey and didn't have to intervene at any given point, which leads us to believe there was a missed opportunity here. 45,000 beers, 120 miles, one man. Party! Meanwhile, a brewery brews an ancient beer based on archaeological information. Now, we just happen to think that Indy would agree with us that this beer doesn't belong in your belly, it belongs in a museum. The Slate continues its attempt to legitimately cover beer by posing this simple question. Will the current hop shortage hinder the craft beer industry? Now, apparently none of their journalists were alive, old enough to drink, or possessed the means to research back to 2007 and 2008 during the last hop shortage to answer this question on their own. Meanwhile, in Chicago, Revolution Brewery recalls like half a dozen beers due to a yeast contamination. Goose Island, Revolution. Maybe Chicago should just stick to their strengths. Hockey, basketball in the 90s, baseball back at the turn of the 20th century, and football that one year, what was it, 1986? Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, Michigan Brewery has buried beer at the bottom of the lake to condition it, which just seems excessive, but I also bought 3 bottles of beer that had yeast that was sent into space. So what the fuck do I know? Now, some other dumb shit mentioned during the article included various use of the word sneaky and talking about ice diving into water to make an ice bock more concentrated. I'll let that sink in. But you know, that whole story feels like a hold my beer and watch this type scenario, so let's roll right into our newest segment, conveniently titled, Hold My Beer and Watch This. TJ, play it. So what you doing, TJ?
Voiding warranties on a $50,000 truck. Never used one of these before in my life. Hold my beer and watch this.
Okay, that seemed dangerous, but whatever. That's your recap for the week. This week's Chug is brought to you by New Belgium's Heavy Melon Watermelon Lime Ale. Cheers to you, New Belgium, and the rest of Colorado, and all of y'all. Oh, man. Oh. Come back next week to find out what pissed you off this week. Or last week.